My first guests tonight are three former Obama staffers who went on to start a podcast empire. From Pod Save America, please welcome Jon Favreau, Jon Lovett, and Tommy Vietor. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
How are you guys holding up Pod Saving America? Does it every day you see new things happening in the news?
Saved.
Oh, good girl, thank you. I wish I had a gift for you. Let's talk about the Alabama guacamole ban. What goes, again, hilarious. What goes through your mind when you see laws like this being passed in state after state? When they say specifically, we don't want this law.
Yeah.
We want you to know we don't actually like this law. It's just for a different purpose.
Well, it's clearly, like you were saying earlier, it's a play to get in front of the Supreme Court. I mean, bans like this we've seen don't end abortion. They make abortion more dangerous, and they put women's lives at risk. And that's what happens here. And
now there have been incremental changes to abortion laws around the country over the last 10 years. Why are these laws getting so much more attention?
Brett Kavanaugh sits on the Supreme Court now, and they think that they have a conservative majority, and if they get these laws to the court, they believe that he will help overturn Roe v. Wade.
But Susan Collins said...
Right, good vote, Susan Collins.
Exactly.
Hope you're happy.
He said that settled law.
Yeah. I don't think Susan Collins ever really seems that happy.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. Maybe that's happy for a Mainer. I'm not sure. Maybe that's... They're a taciturn people.
I don't know what goes for happy up there. You're right. It's a strange place.
Well, do you think it'll work? Do you think oraculate right now? It's a 5-4 conservative liberal court right now, with strangely the swing vote being John Roberts.
Right. I mean, this law in Alabama is so egregious that Pat Robertson said he thought it might be a mistake because it goes too far. So I think that says something about the specific law that was passed. But they are chipping away at abortion access in state after state with, as John said, the hope of running it up to the Supreme Court because they believe Roe will be overturned. So Democrats need to win back the Senate, win back the White House, and prevent justices like Kavanaugh or Gorsuch from getting on the court.
Do you think this is the kind of issue? Do you think this is the kind of issue that perhaps the president or the Republicans would like to run on, like the 2004 proposed gay marriage ban, you know, in the constitutional gay marriage ban, because it's a turnout issue for them?
I actually don't think it is. I mean, if you look at polling on this, even people who self-identify as pro-life, a third of those people still believe that abortion should be mostly legal. So this is not a winning issue for them. And I think we'll see that. Look, and if people want to do something even before the election, you can donate to the Yellow Hammer Fund, which will help protect abortion access in Alabama. You can donate to the ACLU. They're going to sue the state of Alabama. They've won before when it's come to abortion cases. And then the most important thing is a reminder that state elections and local elections matter. They matter just as much as the presidential election. We launched Vote Save America last year. We're relaunching it this week. It's back, so you can go on the website. You can check to see if you're registered to vote. You can find out how you can help and volunteer, and there's a whole bunch of other information there. So there's a lot of local and state elections in 2019, and they really matter because, as we saw this week.
And look, there are probably a lot of teens watching this specific episode of your show because BLT is going to be on. BRB.
Delicious, yeah. No, you're right. Tommy, you were Obama's...
but they should register. That was the point.
Oh, they should register.
They should register to vote. Teens, BTS teens.
You gotta get the joke first. You gotta get to the joke first. Even if it undermines democracy, you gotta get to the joke first.
Learning from the pros.
No, Tommy, you were Obama's National Security Council spokesman. How much international support do you think there is right now for Trump's escalating the sword rattle against Iran?
I'm sure the Saudis would love us to fight a war for them against Iran, but I think everyone else thinks it's crazy because this feels like Iraq 2.0. You have an administration that wants regime change in Iran. John Bolton has said that we should bomb Iran. So we wake up and we see that he's sent an aircraft carrier to the Gulf. The New York Times reported that he's considering sending 120,000 troops to the Middle East in case something happens. And that is an invasion-sized force. That is exactly, or basically the number of troops we sent into Iraq, which got us to Baghdad and then led us into a quagmire for a decade. So
is that trolling for a war?
It is certainly provoking Iran. We have been trying to crush their economy with sanctions. We have designated a key part of their military as a terrorist group. And so we're backing them into a corner, and there's no negotiation happening as an off-ramp. So people need to be really worried about this. Congress needs to step up. The press has to stop publishing background quotes about intelligence that no one has seen that alleges Iran is doing some sort of nefarious thing or sabotaging ships. I mean, this is something that, this is a red alert.
No, I'll take one exception to what you said, which is this is Iraq 2.0, is that I remember the run-up to the Iraq War in 2003, and that was, justified or not, that was sold to the American people.
Yeah.
That was rolled out with rationales and putting people's reputations on the line, and Colin Powell with a vial of dust and saying, I promise you it's all there. The sale isn't even happening in the United States now.
Not a lot of reputations left to put on the line.
I suppose so, but you know, even a justified war.
Yes.
But even a justified war has to be explained to the American people, and I feel like it's not being explained to us. There's just a carrier group in the Persian Gulf now.
Unless there's a pretext, right? In Vietnam, we had the Gulf of Tonkin incident. In the Iraq, we were lied to about weapons of mass destruction. The Spanish-American War was remember the Maine, right? There's been a lot of periods in our history where we've sold people on a war because we said it was defensive. And that's what worries me most, because the Strait of Hormuz, that region, things can go wrong because of miscommunication or miscalculation. Something bad can happen and escalate very, very quickly, and that's what we have to be worried about.
We have to take a break. We'll be right back with more Pod Save America. I'm going to ask them about some of the Democratic candidates. Stick around.